She can't talk.
Hi.
Oh, God. No, you guys. Forget the sirens. Good morning, everyone. I'm Deborah Rose with Realty One Group in beautiful Payson, Arizona. Welcome to the talk show. Please like, share, ask questions, comment. We're excited that you've joined us again. Thanks for the change in time at 11. And we had to do that to adjust to my schedule, so I apologize. I have the great privilege and honor to interview today our new Executive Director of the Rim Country Chamber of Commerce here in Payson, Arizona, Brenda Case. So welcome to the show, Brenda.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate the time and your effort, and it's always wonderful working with you, Deborah.
Yeah, thank you. And tell people just a smidgen about your background. How did you get to this position?
Well, I think it was divine intervention, quite frankly. I have no idea how I got to this position, but I spent 37 years in public education. The last 8 of them right here in Payson. I worked with the Payson Unified School District as the assistant superintendent. And prior to COVID hitting, I decided it was time to retire. I got my 80 points plus, and it was just time to move on and do something else. And I really did think that what my something else was going to be being very active as a volunteer in the schools with my granddaughter. She's 6 years old up here, and it wasn't more than a couple of months, and I was pretty bored. I guess you can't go from really, really fast to zero and be comfortable. So I was contacted by the chamber, and they said, I don't know if we can afford you, but we need your area of expertise in administration, and would you consider it? And so I spoke with Sean Dugan quite a little bit, then interviewed 3 times actually with the board, and lo and behold, here I am.
Yeah, well, it's great to have you. And being in education, then your platform would be more of a strategic plan where you have a goal, you have objectives, and tell us about your vision. What's going on here now?
Well, once a teacher, always a teacher. And I think that with that said, everything that I do has to have a target goal. And then some measure of assessment to figure out if you hit it or not. So when I came to the board, I said with COVID and the COVID culture that we live in, it's affected all businesses, all homes, all families. And so we really need to look at prioritizing what our focus needs to be during this pandemic. And so really what it turned out to be was 3 areas. For our businesses, we wanted business networking. We also wanted low-cost advertising to help our businesses be known to the community. And then finally, and this is a passion of mine, is just business education. And right now, with COVID and the culture that we live in, the business education is generally virtual. So that comes down to teaching people how to Zoom, how to get on a Google Meets, how to be virtually engaging, and what the need is for that, connecting with EAC small business and corporations and municipalities like that, and explaining to our members how they can continue their education process wherever their business is virtually, and we can be that hub to help make that happen.
Yeah, that's exciting. So what does it cost to be a chamber member nowadays in 2020?
So our membership costs range from $150 for home-based businesses all the way up to diamond members at $2,500 per year. Each level of membership has a different package that comes with it. And I don't think we have enough time to talk about all of them, but I will tell you, Deborah, anybody that's interested can contact me. I'm easy to get a hold of, Brenda at CountryChambercom, and I'd be happy to set some time to explain and see if a chamber membership benefits your business.
That's a good concern. So what's on the horizon? I mean, 2020 has been a really challenging year to be at the helm, and I know for you it comes with a lot of stress and uncertainty, but oftentimes uncertainty brings great things. So what are some of the steps you've taken to expand the horizons and reach out not only to this community but to the world?
Well, I will say, gosh, that sounds daunting what you just said, but I will tell you, we're taking small steps, and we're doing what we can to promote chamber members, to make sure that they have opportunities to promote their businesses. COVID has affected every business and every family differently. Some businesses have soared. And one of those, for example, is real estate, because just right up here in Payson, you're not able to keep a house on the market for very long before there's a bidding war. So in some ways, the virus and the pandemic have really helped some businesses flourish, not just real estate, but grocery stores. I will say, like any kind of home improvement, people are working really hard on that. And those are businesses that have flourished. On the other hand, our service industry has suffered greatly. And so when we look at that, we're trying to put out events that are COVID friendly, that follow the rules of the pandemic, but also benefit our businesses. So right now we're running a Shop Local event that falls underneath the campaign that the town of Payson is running, and it's called Shop the Grid. Today's the last day. Anybody who spends $200 collectively in any of our businesses listed on the grid is eligible for a Nintendo Grid Switch system, and we're excited about that. We have 4 of them, sponsored by some of our businesses who did flourish. They're stepping up to the plate to support businesses that maybe struggled.
Who are some of those small businesses, local businesses that people can go? Today's the deadline, so there's still a chance for people to go out and spend $200, right?
Right. So one of the all-time favorites here that we've seen is Rim Runners. You go buy a couple of pair of tennis shoes or hiking boots, and you're in. And Common Grounds is another one of our favorites, and buying gift cards to give away at any of these businesses, whether it's Back to Basics, that brewery, Diamond Point Shadows restaurant. Gift cards are a wonderful thing, especially during the pandemic, because people can isolate to only their families or get takeout. So there's a lot of different businesses that are on here. I just really encourage you. It's online. You can go to www.rimcountrychamber.com, and you can see all of the businesses that are on there, and it's not too late to shop local.
In. Speaking of rimcountrychamber.com.
Yes.
Do you want to tell everyone what you've gone and done and with whom?
Yes, absolutely.
Because I forgot to introduce him this morning, which I will make up for at the end of the show. But
thank you, Deborah, and thank you too, because you need to be a part of this discussion. But thank you to the board of directors for Rim Country Chamber for believing in me when I said we have to renovate our website. And then came the cry to someone who actually knew how to renovate a website. I can use them, but I don't renovate them. And so Cameron Davis from Razor Thin Media did come to my rescue and is still supporting me even after the production of the website. He's still backing me with training, and I won't ever call it a stupid question, because I don't believe there are stupid questions, but he doesn't get discouraged by my endless questions. How's that? And so I've been really grateful. We had the opportunity to launch our website, do a little bit of a preview on Tuesday at our breakfast and luncheon event. And it was exciting, and it offers a plethora of low-cost advertisement opportunities for our members. And that's where you come in, Deborah, because you took a risk with me, and I thank you for that.
My pleasure.
We have the very first advertisement opportunity is our biggest one, and you jumped right on board. And it is a popover video, actually, that as soon as you log in, as the first time you log in, it drops down, and who do you see but Deborah Rose from Realty One, and thank you so much.
And we brought the geese with us.
It's beautiful, and if you don't know what that means, you need to log in and see. Watch Deborah's video. It was perfect and not photoshopped. I have to tell you, it was just a gift.
Yeah, it is. And CountryChamber.com is a really important website for our town and our community, and it also will provide extreme value for local businesses and small businesses. And I think that's going to be the catalyst, because I know Cameron extremely well. Cameron's helped me with my website, of course, this talk show, and we need to really educate people on how important it is to do short videos and get them online, especially if they're tied into a powerhouse website. Now, since this one's been reordered and revised and refreshed and embellished significantly, and is going to be a high-functioning website, people need to understand, small businesses need to understand that you can tie your website to this one, and that's huge for exposure. So do you want to address that just a little bit, and what some of the offerings that you have?
Because the Chamber of Commerce has been around for so long, it has a vast digital footprint, and that is not something that you can create overnight. Mm-hmm. So to take advantage of that, we've created opportunities for chamber members to engage in low-cost advertising opportunities. Now, one of the things that I do want to say is that one of my platforms has been, when I speak to clubs, organizations, and businesses, is that rural Payson has limited resources, and my goal is, instead of taking the chamber's piece of that resource and doing the best we can with it, let's keep that piece in the pie, and let's connect to Discover Gila County. Let's connect to the Town of Payson website. Let's connect to the Chamber of Commerce. Those are three big municipalities that can help your business. So when you go on to check out our renovated website, you can see that we've incorporated Discover Gila County. We've incorporated the Town of Payson. We've incorporated the Chamber of Commerce to get your information as a business out as far as we can reach. And we have advertising opportunities on our particular website that span from low cost, under $100 for an ad that can go in and reach hundreds of thousands of people, all the way up to our largest ad, which lasts 3 months, and it incorporates a video. So there are, we could go on and on about the opportunities. There are about 8 different opportunities available for a range of advertising opportunities for our members. And if you're not a member, we encourage you to come and talk to me to see if a membership is a good fit for you and take advantage of these advertising opportunities.
Well, as a small business owner myself, and understanding business and the power of the internet, the power of Google, the power of videos, this is a no-brainer. And I would encourage anyone that's a small business owner to really rethink this one, because most people find you on the web.
Yes.
And most people do Google reviews, and Google owns YouTube. So if you are not putting small little videos on YouTube, you're really missing the greatest foot race in the history of mankind in terms of free advertising and marketing, free or almost free. Mm-hmm. So it's really, it was really wise of you to attack the renovated website first, because then you're providing a really strong platform for potential new small business owners or ones that already exist in this town, because it's really unfortunate that small businesses have to go up against like Amazon. We talk about COVID. So many people are ordering from Amazon because they don't want to either go out in public. They're too, whatever issue that they have.
It's the ease of Amazon.
It's the ease of Amazon. But, shopping local when you're a tiny little remote community in the largest pine forest in America, and I say this all the time, we are in the middle of nowhere, but we're in the middle of everywhere.
Right.
And so we really, really need to support our small businesses. So it's a godsend that you are in the position that you are in and doing such a wonderful job. So thank you for taking on that initiative.
Thank you. It has been a challenge, but a challenge that I was up to meet. So I'm only as strong as the people around me. And I appreciate our members who have rallied around the Chamber of Commerce. I will tell you, the Chamber of Commerce is a small business. And we've been adversely affected by COVID because memberships, we are completely dependent on memberships for our existence. And when memberships drop, the Chamber of Commerce weakens. And so I thank those businesses who have flourished, who have really rallied and come to the plate. And you're one of those businesses, Deborah. I appreciate that. And together, we are stronger. And we can get through this. And we can get through this better. If you're a business that doesn't understand the digital world, don't be ashamed of that. Come and talk to us so that we can get your business on the map and we can help you understand and make educated decisions about what's best for your business as far as advertising goes.
Are you tied in with economic development at the town? And is there someone at the helm that can sit down with potential new business owners or current business owners that could help them devise like a budget and how to do their own P&Ls and how to spend money, things like that?
So that's a really good question. I will tell you that the town of Payson has a new town manager, Troy Smith, and also a new economic development director or coordinator. I think she's called a coordinator. Her name is Courtney Page. Both have been just amazing as far as trying to build a relationship between the town and the Chamber of Commerce. There's a connection there. And again, I go back to that pie analogy. We don't have to take our slice of the pie that represents resources and run with it. We need to put it back in the pie pan and work together. So the town of Payson has worked really hard to create that, and we are trying to champion that as well. And as we develop that, we'll be able to put that inside of our membership portal on our website, which is phase 2 of our new release, and really capitalize on business education connecting with the town of Payson.
That's good. That's really good.
Thank you.
Are there any questions, Cameron? Anyone making a comment? So if you haven't visited the brand new, recently launched, now is it launched officially now? I mean, you said it was launched at the Tuesday breakfast and lunch, but is it live?
So Tuesday we did a preview, and then Cameron had to work really fast and furious. It is now officially launched, and I would love to see your presence on our new website.
Yeah, that's really great. Speaking of websites, if a small business doesn't have a website, there are opportunities to create one, and one of those great resources is Cameron Davis, although I think he's so popular now with discovergelacounty.com. He's our former tourism director who initially created PaysonRimCountry.com. I think he might be a little busy. Are you able to take on another, like just to develop websites, or?
We're case by case.
Case by case, okay. Case by case.
The good news is, though, with Cameron, is that if he can't help you, he can connect you with someone that can. He doesn't leave you hanging, so thank you. I appreciate that,
Yeah,
Cameron.
so you can go to razorthinmedia.com and check out Cameron's work. It's stellar, and we're very fortunate to have him in our community.
We're launching a new website January 1. So.
Oh, and Cameron's launching a brand new website on January 1st, so you'll have to check that one out. My gosh, I feel like I'm being severely neglected here.
Yeah.
I need a refresh on mine. So, any other thoughts, anything you want to convey to the community about what your needs are and how we as a community can support the Chamber and you?
Well, first of all, I take prayers. Anybody who prays, I'll take those prayers, because we in this culture right now, we don't know what's coming around the corner. It doesn't matter how long you've been doing this or how long you've been in administration or a leader. This is foreign territory for us. So really it's about being able to identify issues before they become issues, having the wisdom to figure out ways to attack that, and then the courage to do it. So this is a day-by-day thing for us just as well as it is for you. And if you are interested in joining the chamber, we welcome that. We want the larger the family, the stronger the family, and we want to meet your needs and have you assist others. And with the Chamber of Commerce, it's all about supporting our local businesses.
Yeah, it is.
It's truly about supporting our local businesses. And here in a small town, rural, beautiful Payson, we do reach out way beyond Payson. We have 9 communities that we serve in this Chamber of Commerce. That's why we're regional. But, all businesses deserve that support, that backbone. So really how you can support the Chamber of Commerce is by getting involved. Mm-hmm. And we would love to talk to anybody who's interested.
One of the beautiful things about small communities is the small business owners, and supporting them. Shopping local is crucial to their survival. There's unfortunately been a lot of fallout from COVID. There are some family businesses that are just hanging in by a thread. So if our local community would please prayerfully consider visiting these family-owned businesses and spending your money there, you could be saving one of these families from shutting down their business. And there's restaurants that are owned by families, Mackey's Grill, Diamond Point Shadows, like you said, the cafe, the Pinion Cafe, the Beeline Cafe, the 260 Cafe, and down in Swiss Village, my goodness. I mean, we've got an amazing fudge shop. We have an amazing floral company, Arizona Wildflowers. There's so many businesses in there. La Sierra, that these people live and work here, and it would be wonderful if we all really reconsidered where we're putting our very precious dollars at this time, because you're right, we don't know what's around the corner, and I hope we can survive. There is an element of what I call the rural rush in real estate, where now people are can work from home, so they're making decisions not to live in big cities. Why would I do that when eventually they wanted to retire here? The challenge for us as realtors is there's so many. We have more realtors now from Phoenix that have joined our board than actually live and work here.
Wow.
So we have 500-600 realtors fighting for the very few listings that we do have. So I'm just going to make a plug for local realtors. Please research and find out who the local realtors are and use them instead of the ones in the valley. Nothing against them, but there's millions of homes down there. We have very, very few up here. Right. So we have to also consider that as an equation, because it's not as great as you think when 250 local realtors are in bidding wars for a lot of things. So it's a challenge. How much time do we have left, Cameron?
You've got 9 minutes.
9 minutes, okay.
Well, one of the things that I would like to say is, and this is apart from the Chamber of Commerce. This is about the spirit of giving right now. We're in that holiday season, and however you celebrate, it's really about a season of charity and contribution. And if you've been blessed, I would just encourage you to reach out and bless others. And there are so many opportunities. We have so many nonprofits up here that serve a population of people who are suffering and need your attention. So I would just encourage you, of course, as the Chamber Executive Director, I want to talk to you about a membership. But as Brenda, I want to tell you that exercise your right to give.
Well, speaking of that, non-for-profit entities like Time Out Shelter, Habitat for Humanity, the Humane Society, the Senior Center, the Meals on Wheels, can they get involved with the Chamber and are the memberships any different for them than they are for for-profit businesses?
So I will tell you, everyone that Deborah just mentioned, they are members of the Chamber of Commerce, and we do what we can to not only promote them but to serve them. And there is a nonprofit membership that is $200 a year, and we do our best to really go out of our way to help them, because they are in a service industry. They're serving our community. And, when you think about domestic violence, when you think about even schools with, Payson Unified School District with Credit for Kids, those take kids on field trips. They purchase things for kids that are in need. And you wouldn't believe the level of poverty that is served in our school system up here. You would be shocked. And our schools need that Credit for Kids money. The senior center, they need to serve those people. We have a lot of need up here, and we have a lot of opportunity. So again, I would just say, if you've been blessed, bless someone else.
And that, for those people that have just moved here, like I sold a home last week, and it was so incredible to see how quickly people that move here want to tie in. And the next day, from moving into a home here, my client contacted the Senior Center Meals on Wheels, because that's what he did in Texas, and he wanted to plug in right away and get involved in the community. So if you are out there and you're new to our area and you want to start meeting people and networking, you can reach Brenda at rimcountrychamber.com. Go to the website and look at some of the non-for-profits that we do have here and how much they do need your help and your contributions, your prayers, anything that you can contribute at all, especially, the school. That I feel bad for our school. I don't know what has happened to public schools' budgets to cause our poor kids. And here's another point that a lot of people don't think about. The kids have to raise money for anything now: art supplies, uniforms, transportation sometimes to compete, and they guess where they go? Small businesses. They don't walk into Home Depot,
right,
because Home Depot's a corporation. They walk into my office, like Lowry's Door and Windows. They walk into Mackey's, because we're small, we're family, we're friendly, and we are also supporting our community in ways that most people can't comprehend. And we have a homeless initiative now. We have so much need. We have veterans. We have 9 veteran organizations.
Yes,
there's great people in this town doing a lot of work for those that just need not so much a hand out, but a hand up. Right? So anything you can do, I can do, Cameron can do to make sure that our community has their most basic needs met is really a crucial element of living in a small community.
And charitable contribution isn't just money.
Right.
It's your time.
Yeah.
So we have a strong population of retired folks up here that are still very, very active. And there are so many nonprofits and schools that need volunteers. And if you can volunteer your time, that's a contribution.
Yeah.
And the influence that you can have on someone in crisis, or the influence that you can have on an industry in need, is powerful. And that's just one more way of giving back.
Yeah.
Being grateful for what you have and what you've been blessed with.
Absolutely. I've always said that this community is one of the friendliest towns I've ever lived in, and it's one of the most giving. I have never seen a community give and give and give and give again. So we're really excited to have you at the helm, Brenda.
Thank you.
We're really excited to have a brand new website thanks to Cameron Davis and your creativity. Closing thoughts about your next step in launching the website and launching your vision for this entity, because you're going to bring a lot of fresh insight and valuable assets. So
Well, one of the things that I said earlier was that we've really prioritized our target goals to 3 things: low-cost advertising or marketing, networking, and business education. So I guess, right now I'm really looking at getting this advertising piece off, because quite frankly, not only will it help businesses, but it'll also help the chamber, because we're solely dependent on membership to survive, and we've been adversely affected. So it's just a new revenue source for us to be able to keep these doors open and serving. But my passion is really about education, and so phase 2 of this project is to get that membership portal up and rolling, and to create advertising opportunities, education opportunities, and even networking in the form of maybe job sharing, so that small businesses can have a piece of an employee, and another business can have a piece of that employee, and we offer a profound full-time position that's meaningful, but they work for several different smaller businesses, serving, living out something that they do well, their talent. So that's really my vision for next steps with the website. I'm excited. I hope you take the opportunity to visit. We'd love for you to see Cameron's amazing work, and thank you again for everything that you're doing for this community and for the chamber.
My pleasure. So again, thank you, Brenda. Please visit CountryChambercom. For those of you that have just joined in, we've had a really great show. You can go back and see it on Deborah Rose, Payson AZ Realtor, on my Facebook page. You can visit me at PaysonAZProperties.com. And I have just moved my office. So I'm at 602 West Main Street in a historical building built in 1905. We're getting that all set up. So if you ever want to stop in and say hi and see this amazing property, give me about a week, please, and then come on by. Because right now it's like a disaster area, but
it feels like home.
It does feel like home. Yeah, welcome home. We want to really embrace people that have made Payson our home, and we can do that through a multitude of ways. But if you're thinking about moving to Payson, there's great websites everywhere: discovergilacounty.com, rimcountrychamber.com, PaysonAZProperties.com. And thank you for joining us today, and we'll see you again next month. Have a very Merry Christmas and a blessed New Year.